Good morning. Well, it's morning here. I don't know what time you're watching this, but hello, my beautiful souls. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving 2024, but whenever you're watching this video will be applicable to you if you are working on shifting your mindset. If you know you have thought patterns that keep repeating and you want tools to help release those thought patterns, rewire the neurotransmitters and the neural pathways, and reset the mind so that you can cultivate a mind that is more focused on gratitude rather than lack, that is more focused on bringing in the good. Our mind drives our lives so much. When you have a healthy mind and a healthy mental landscape, it's going to improve your life. The external world is a direct reflection of your internal world, what's going on. So today we're going to talk all about mindset, how essential oils work with the mind, and different oils that you can use for different things. So there's a few different books that I highly recommend. So let me start off there. And you know what? I will tag in the description below. I will set the Amazon link. So the first one is called Mind Your Brain. So this is a neuroscientist, and she wrote all about, so if you want to learn about the brain, the science behind the brain, this is a great book. And then she also uses essential oils with the brain. So it'll be a deeper dive to what we talk about in this video. The next book I highly recommend is called Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. We're going to be using this book as we travel through the oils, but those are two really powerful books to use. So let's talk about how essential oils impact the brain to begin with. One thing to know is that there are three main ways to use essential oils. You can use them aromatically, which is breathing them in. You can use them topically, applying them on the skin, or you can use them internally. Now, if you're going to use essential oils internally, quality does matter. You do not want to put just any essential oil into your body off the shelf. There's a reason why all the essential oils that you find at the drugstore, at the supermarket, even the health food stores, say for external use or aromatic use only. And that is because there is not a whole lot of regulation in the essential oil industry. So whatever they're claiming is in the bottle, only really about 5 to 10% actually has to be in that bottle. And they don't necessarily have to claim everything else that's in the bottle. So you're never, it's like a Cracker Jack box. You never really know what you're going to get there. But when you purchase oils from a company that has deep integrity with their growing practices, their distillation practices, their harvesting practices, and a lot of science to back everything up, you're getting pure quality oils. So I do use Young Living, and today we're going to be going through Young Living Starter Kit and how we can use these oils to help rewire the brain. So I also have my referral link down below. I do have a team. Yes, this is a network marketing company. No, I'm not going to go after you to build a business. Is there business opportunity here? 100%. I mean, it's a network marketing company, but I only want people to build the business side that actually want to share health and wellness. We are a product first company. So there's that. I just want to get that out of the way. Full transparency, no gimmicks, no nothing for me. I'm just here to sell you oils because they're going to improve your life, bar none. And if you're going to use oils, you want education with them, that's what I'm here for. I have a whole separate online platform where I take deeper dives into all this. If you really want to geek out, I have yoga flows and meditations uploaded into that platform as well with the oils. So more than just what we get here on YouTube. Okay, so let's go through it. So how do essential oils impact the brain? Well, we have different layers of the brain, and one of the areas of the brain is called the limbic brain. And this is where this is the primal brain. So every animal has this limbic brain. And this is the very primal brain. It's our instinctual brain. It's our fight or flight brain. It's our brain that was first developed. So we're going to be talking about that. And this is the brain that controls a lot of the nervous system in the body, our emotions, how we process emotions, and whether emotions fully get processed, or if we end up stuffing them down and then they get sent to different areas of the body that eventually we're going to have to deal with. Otherwise, that leads to dis-ease. So one of the ways that I said that we use essential oils is by aromatically, which just means smelling them. And aromatically could be like, which way do I need to go? Using a diffuser. So I have my little diffuser back there. Or it can be just inhaling them out of the bottle, taking a deep breath. So what that does is our olfactory nerve, which is the nerve that travels from the nose, it goes directly into the limbic brain. So essential oils connect when we inhale them, they connect directly with the brain, which is so powerful. And this is our primal brain. This is where a lot of memories are stored. If you've ever had the experience where you have a smell associated with something, it can be a good something or a bad something, right? But let's say it's a good something. Like your grandmother baked cookies all the time. And whenever you smell fresh baked cookies, it gives you that good feeling and reminds you of your grandma. There's also a flip side there. It can be different smells can be associated with negative. So our smells are associated with our emotions. And that's because our emotions the limbic brain is kind of like a library of all the emotions. And then the storage center kind of is the rest of the body if we're not dealing with and processing those emotions. So we have two different things working there. But it's the library. It's where everything is housed and stored on the mental plane. So oils, when we're using them, we can actually use them to help work through emotions and to help us shift feelings, shift emotions, work through them. It's a great processing tool. So if you know you're stuck in negative thought patterns, or maybe you're stuck on this emotion or something that happened and you don't have the tools to work through it, oils are a great tool to work through that. And that's where the book that I was talking about, the Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils, really comes into play here. So let's grab, I think everyone's pretty familiar with lavender. So let's grab some lavender out of the kit. So what you'll notice is when you get your Young Living lavender is it's not super sweet. A lot of other lavenders on the market are sweet, and that's because humans, we tend to be drawn to sweet things. And like I said, the oils can be cut. So Young Living's is super, super pure. Their growing practices are beyond organic. So when we're dealing with healing and with the mind and with the brain, we want tools that are really going to work well, not do surface level stuff. So with these, because their growing practices are so rigorous, they use living soil growing practices. Their weed abatement is using either sheep or humans hand pulling the weeds. Gary, the founder of Young Living, went so far as to, if people were having a really bad day, some of the farm workers, for whatever reason, he would actually send them home. Not like in a bad way, like go home, but it was like, you need to go home, you need to take care of yourself, and we need to keep the energy around these plants really, really good. So it was kind of twofold, like go take care of yourself, but these plants are healing plants, and the energetics around them need to be preserved so that they offer the most healing to the end user. So Young Living's lavender is a little more bitter. It's a very, very strong aroma, plus has a bitterness to it because it's real. Most herbs, lavender is an herb, are on the bitter side. They're not so much on the sweet side. So let's look up, a great way to use essential oils. I always say there's good, better, best when we're talking about applying topically. A good way is to just get the oil in your hand, rub your hands together, take some deep breaths, sit there and say those deep breaths. A better and best, I feel like better and best kind of go hand in hand, is to follow your intuition and just bring the oil to wherever you naturally feel called to bring the oil. Now, if you know you have certain things that you're targeting, and you can find them in this book right here, we're going to look up lavender. So this book has a few different sections. You can look up the emotion first. You can look up the oil first. So I'm going to look up some lavender in this book. And so lavender has 3 different emotions associated with it that lavender helps you to work through: abandonment, criticism, or fear of unfoldment. Let's do fear of unfoldment, because that can take a major toll on the mind. Very often, the mind will start spiraling when we're not sure what's going to happen. And then we have a fear, like, I don't know how this is going to unfold. So the mind will start to spiral. So lavender can be really good to help stop that spiral. And we have a specific point that we can put it on. So in my book here, I look up lavender and I go, okay, fear of unfoldment. Then I go over to the emotional section and I look up fear of unfoldment in the emotions. And what it tells me is that when I have what it tells me is it tells me the emotion, and then it tells me the other side. So kind of where we're going to, where we're trying to get to on the other side. And then it gives you a way out, which I always think of as like the mantra. So for the fear of unfoldment, the other side is openness, kind of being open to however life unfolds by trusting your own decision making and your own intuition, taking one step at a time, trusting and being open to how all that unfolds, rather than you trying to think your way of how it should unfold and then causing worry, anxiety, all that kind of stuff. So the way out is the mantra, which the mantra here is I allow movement. And then the oil is lavender. And then the alarm point. They have an alarm point, which I always kind of say is like the acupressure point. So the acupressure point here is the Ralph nucleus, which is, then there's also charts. There's another section of charts that'll tell you what all these different points are, because who knows what all these different points are, right? You're not going to know that unless you get really, really good at this book. But I did this class yesterday, so I know where this point is because this was my thing. So the Ralph nucleus is actually right here, kind of on the top of the head, right underneath my little butt. But it's like where that head kind of curves down. So I'm going to take my lavender oil and I'm going to place it on the top right there, on that point. And I am going to say the mantra, I allow movement. I allow movement. Now, this is so beneficial because what it does is it starts to rewire that brain, chanting the mantras, using the oils. So using the different senses, your touch, your sense of smell, your hearing. I always recommend chanting the mantras out loud if you can. If for some reason you're somewhere where you can't, you could say it in your mind, but chanting it out loud so that the hearing gets involved. All the different ways you can use your senses, it can start to rewire the mind and rewire the brain, which is so, so important. So, if you have a brain that does not like to turn off, I had one of my students last night in person. I do teach in-person classes here in my hometown at my yoga studio. I can leave the link down below as well if you would like to connect with me there. I live in Southern California. I think that's a dog. I thought maybe a child woke up, but it's a dog. Oh, nope, it's a child. Good morning. Do you want to sit on my chair? I'm just finishing up. You want a hug? No hug. I'm just finishing up my class. There's a couple blankets there. There is a child. Okay, so we have the lavender oil. But another one, if you feel like your brain just does not shut off, especially at night, because sleep is so important to brain health. So if you have a hard time with that, another oil that I love is, actually there's 2. There's Peace and Calming. So Peace and Calming has kind of a tangy aroma. It has a beautiful green It's a beautiful green oil, and that's because it has blue tansy and patchouli in it, are two of the oils in this blend. The other oil is called Stress Away, which I don't know what I did with it. I forgot to put it back in my kit. But the other one is called Stress Away, and this one has a lovely lemon lime aroma to it. It's like you're sitting on a beach. So it's beautiful. You can put these on the bottom of the feet. That's a great area. Work the big toe because the big toe is connected with the brain. So you can work the big toe. You can diffuse the oils. Great, great ways to use our oils. Okay, so that's kind of the emotional side of how oils work with the brain. Let's talk about a little more sciencey side. Like, how do these oils work with the brain on the more science level? So we're going to use, let's do some frankincense. So the beauty of essential oils is that the molecules and the atomic mass units are extremely, extremely small. So what that means is that they are easily able to pass through the brain-blood barrier, the blood-brain barrier, which is a hard barrier for a lot of things to get through, or if they're able to get through, they're not able to get back out, and that creates issues, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But so the oils are able to easily pass through that, and they're healing. So once they pass through the blood-brain barrier, they're able to go in and work with the physical brain and help to rewire the neurosynapses. They help to heal the cells. They go into and penetrate the cells, and they can help to heal the cells. So with that healing of the cells, they are also able to be very cleansing. Oils are able to go into the cells and cleanse out anything that is not serving the cells, that is bringing the cells' health down. And they're very, very powerful in that way. So I always say, I had one of my students, she has a family history of dementia, and her brain, she's one of my yogis, and she has an amazing practice. She just started a little over a year ago. She's phenomenal. I love her so much. But she is on it. Like her brain is firing. She's a little older, but she made me a joke the other day because we were talking about a little family history of hers, and she was like, well, if you see me slipping, you let me know. I'm like, use your oils. They will help to maintain your healthy brain that you already have, your quick wit, and all that good stuff. So oils are deeply beneficial to brain health. Like I said, if you want to dive into that and know this, if you're a big science nerd, know the science more, this is a great book for that. Okay, so frankincense. Frankincense is an all-around healer. I always say, when in doubt, get frank out. This is a powerful, powerful oil. And one of the ways you can use frankincense topically and just apply it onto the brain, it's amazing for brain health to help rewire the patterns. You can look up the emotional connections that frankincense can work with in this book right here. Or if you want to take it internally, like I said, Young Living oils are safe to take internally. And Young Living actually has the oils that are safe to take internally properly labeled. So whenever you see a white labeled oil, that lets you know it's part of their Vitality line. And the Vitality line is letting you know it's safe to consume internally. Not all oils on the market, like I said, are safe to consume internally, but Young Living's Vitality oils are. So what I like to do with the frankincense is actually target the pineal gland. So the pineal gland is one of the first glands. It lies just above the limbic brain. So it has that connection there to help rewire the thoughts, retrain the mind, calm down the nervous system. So you can apply it topically just like we have. Take some deep breaths. You can apply it to the top of the head, the back of the head to kind of target that pineal gland. The beauty of these oils, since they are true, real oils distilled from plants that were loved and taken care of while they were being farmed and harvested and distilled properly. That's another big thing. The distillation techniques matter. Different plants need different temperature, time, and rate of distillation. It's not all created equal. And a lot of companies, because they want to make the buck over than the actual end product, they distill too fast. The chemistry and the science behind all of that, I'll talk about in a second, does not meet the standards. So back to frankincense. So you can apply it topically. You can this isn't a big one that I diffuse. You can, but only because it's a rather pricey oil. So I like to put it on my body. This is definitely one that I make sure is on my body, not so much in the diffuser, although you totally can. The last thing that you can do with it is actually, if you really want to target the pineal gland and you want to play with tasting it, you can put a drop on your thumb, right on the mouth. And it has kind of a minty, earthy, woodsy flavor to it. It's a little intense, but it's okay. It's not bad. I had all of my students last night do this. They were all brave enough, but it's really good. So it's really good for overall health. It's also really good for the mouth in general, for oral health, but that's a whole nother class that we'll do another time. So that's how the oils are able to pass through the blood-brain barrier, which is how they're able to help support the brain on a very physical level, on a cleansing level. Sometimes, depending on our lifestyle and what we cook with, we can get if you use fluoride in your oral care products, which I highly recommend releasing. If you drink tap water, if you live in the US, there's fluoride in their tap water. Hopefully that'll be changing soon. But so that fluoride gets stuck and it can clog up the pineal gland and the brain. Aluminum, if you cook with aluminum, trace amounts of aluminum can pass into the brain and they get stuck. So the oils help to pull out any of the toxins that may be stuck. So whenever you're using oils, especially large amounts, drink lots of water because we want to be able to flush out all those toxins. Okay. So another way that oils can really help with brain health and resetting the mind is through the gut. So the gut it's very important that we take care of our digestive health because our brain health is directly related to our digestive health. Think about if you've been eating pretty clean for a few days and usually when you're eating clean, your mindset is a lot better. You can focus more on gratitude, you can have that more positive outlook on life, and even when challenges come up, not fall down into that spiral. So there's 2 oils in this kit that really help digestive health because when our digestive health is on point, our brain health is so much better. You can also think about if you've ever eaten really clean and then you eat a bunch of crap and then you feel like you not only physically feel like crap, but the mind kind of is you can feel that lower frequency of the mind. So there's 2 oils in this kit that really help with the digestive health. That's Digize. So this one doesn't have the best aroma, but it is really medicinal. It's amazing for the digestive system. So you can put a couple drops in the palm of your hand and just rub the belly. If you have any tummy issues, it's great for that. My daughter had a tummy ache the other day, and this one is always like magic. I applied it on her and she was good. She eventually went to the bathroom because sometimes, you feel like you have to go to the bathroom, but your body's not actually ready to go to the bathroom. This will help move everything through. So this is Digize. This is also, if you notice, it has the white label. You can take this internally. Does not taste the best, so I recommend putting it in a veggie capsule if you are going to take it internally. And whenever you're taking oils internally, especially if you're just starting, make sure to eat something and go low and slow, just like a drop, maybe 2, until your body acclimates and is more used to it. The other oil is called peppermint. You're probably familiar with peppermint. So Young Living's peppermint is very strong. It's amazing. This is another great digestive health oil. And I often, again, vitality oil here. So I'll often use this as a breath freshener. I drink a lot of coffee. I have 2 main vices when it comes to my diet, coffee and sugar. So I drink a lot of coffee, so I like to freshen my breath. And the added benefit is not just like having an Altoid. This not only freshens my breath, but it also supports my digestion. So I'll actually just take a drop on the hand and do a little lick or put a drop in the mouth. It is strong, it is intense, and I love it. So those two help with digestive health. The next one is for overall cleansing. Sometimes when we feel like the body's clogged up and it needs to be cleansed out, these oils can really help with cleansing. On an emotional level, they are very powerful emotional cleansers, mental cleansers, if the mind has just been going, as well as digestive cleansing and support for the liver and the gallbladder and the pancreas. And these are our two citrus oils that come with this kit. The first one is a blend. It's called Citrus Fresh. Again, white label. You can take it internally. This is great to like put in like a smoothie or some water. And drink it like that. Sparkling water, if you're a soda person, but you're trying to ditch the soda habit, having some sparkling water with a drop or two of Citrus Fresh is phenomenal. Because what the citrus oils do, they're energizing, they're uplifting, they're great. Which way do I need to go? They're great to diffuse. Most people are very tolerant of citrus oils. Some people get a little weird around all the different aromas, but I have, for the most part, everyone that I have presented Young Living oils to love them. That's because they're real. They're not fake. It's the synthetic fake essential oils that usually will cause like headaches for people. These oils will actually cleanse and heal and help rather than be more detrimental. So we have Citrus Fresh cleansing mentally, emotionally, and physically. So here in the US, we have a lot of our foods unfortunately packaged in plastics. So whether we're intending to or not, we are always ingesting like trace amounts of microplastics, and those get stuck in the body and they take a toll on our hormones. They throw our hormones off. They make us more estrogen dominant, and it just leads to a whole cycle of not good. So citrus oils actually help to break down the microplastics in the body and help the body to release them. That's why we have to drink a lot of water. Hang on one second. My allergies are going crazy. Okay. So drink lots and lots of water. The other oil is lemon. So lemon, oh my gosh, this lemon, you have to get your kit because it is just like a bowl full of lovely, lovely ripe lemons. If you are a fan of the lemon aroma, oh my gosh, this is going to be so up your alley. Okay, so those are those two. Let's keep it moving. The next one is Valor. So this one I should have talked about more with the emotional section, but Valor, whenever we are really going to take a good hard look at our mindset of whatever healing that needs to be done, whether emotional, physical, mental, all that kind of stuff, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to break patterns. It's hard. It is hard work. Once we've developed a pattern in yoga, we call them samskaras. Patterns are hard to break, but not impossible. And I know you can do it. So Valor is an oil blend that was specifically formulated to help instill strength, confidence, and courage in you. Oh, excuse me. Strength, confidence, and courage. So this oil is soft. It's gentle. It has such a light aroma to it. It's earthy as well as floral, and it has this beautiful blue color. That's the blue tansy in it. So, and I always recommend bringing this one across the heart and the shoulders. So this one's great. If you're going to sit down and you're starting to do some deep work, this oil is greatly supportive. You can wear it. It's actually a beautiful perfume too. My mom wears it as a perfume every day. So it's a great way, one of those oils that can be part of your morning routine that you just put on as you're getting ready to face the day, to give you that extra boost of strength, confidence, and courage. Okay, we're almost done. 3 more oils. The next one is called Panaway, and this is really good to support the bones. It has wintergreen in it, which helps with bone health and bone development. It also has It's really good for if you have achy muscles or achy joints. This is a fabulous, lovely oil to use for those. It has like lots of pepperminty type oils in it. It has copaiba, which is really good if you feel like you have a lot of stuff that's causing a lot of fire in the body. It's really good for calming, soothing, all of that. And here's the thing. When the physical body is in pain, it automatically takes a toll on the mental health. It is harder to keep that positive, good mindset full of gratitude and make those shifts when the body is sore, when the body is achy, when the body is hurt. So this oil can help to soften and ease some of that. Also, make sure to bring in other practices. Remember, these are not pills. They are not magic pills. They are fabulous tools to help you along your journey, but you also need to do the work. So if there's chronic anything, that is an indication of looking at what's going on, what needs to shift, what needs to heal, and getting to root causes. But this is great for just if you're having a blah day, or you have the chronic stuff going on, but and you're working on it, and then you just kind of need a little something extra to kind of get you through the day. Because when we are not in pain, it's a lot easier to have a better mindset. When we are in pain, the mindset starts to spiral more. Okay, 2 more oils. These both are good for immune support and respiratory support. So when we are healthy, vibrant, we're not falling to all of the winter yuckiness, it's also easier to have a more positive mindset. When you feel good, like physically, you're going to feel better mentally. So we want to take care of and support and nurture good immune health. Make sure that the immune system is functioning properly, good respiratory health, making sure that we're breathing and taking in all the good oxygen for our bodies so that the cardiovascular system can oxygenate the rest of the body. So these 2 oils are hugely supportive in that. The first one is called Thieves. So this is a great immune support oil. It has cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, lemon, and rosemary in it, all very cleansing, immune support, has all that good stuff. And for going into this time of year, it's fabulous because it smells like fall. Oh my gosh, the perfect one to diffuse to help cleanse the air, get all the yuck out of the air. And I'll be diffusing this tomorrow at Thanksgiving. Lovely, lovely, lovely oil. So you could apply this to the bottoms of the feet, along the spine, wherever you feel called, really. It is a little spicy because it has the cinnamon and clove. So one thing that when you are applying oils topically, you can basically do it 2 ways. We call them neat, which is putting the essential oil directly on the body, which is what I do with probably like 95% of the oils that I apply onto my body is I apply them neat because I am a lazy oiler. If I don't have to take an extra step, I'm not going to do an extra step. The only time that I dilute more than the other, let me go into the other way before I say this. So the other way is diluting them with some type of fatty oil, like fractionated coconut oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, any type of fatty oil, because essential oils are not fatty oils. They are the lifeblood of the plant that has been distilled out of the plant. So, I lost my train of thought. Back to topically, so you can do it neat, which is just the oil straight on the body, or diluted is the other way, and that's using the fatty oil. If you ever put an oil on your body neat, or even diluted, and you feel a burning sensation, know that, especially Young Living, I can't speak for the other oils, but Young Living oils, they're not actually burning your body. What's happening is the oil's being driven into the body very quickly, so it gives you this burning sensation. All you need to do to dispel that is grab your fatty oil. Anyone, if you have a carrier oil like near you, if you're in the bathroom, your fractionated coconut oil, or just run to the kitchen, get whatever cooking oil you use. That'll serve you well. You just apply that. The fats help to slow down the penetration of the essential oil, and you will be good. Okay, last oil, for this class is Raven. So Raven is all about respiratory support. It helps you to open up the airways. It's great to keep everything healthy in the lungs and in the sinuses. So I will often like rub it across the chest. Remember, your lungs also span into the back. You know, the lungs are three-dimensional, not just two. Very often we just focus here, but the upper back is really important to focus on as well. And it's making my nose run because I'm all clogged from my allergies. The other thing that I'll often do is like, especially with what I've been doing a lot, I get fall allergies from the ragweed that we have that blooms this time of year. I'll take the Raven and I'll put it around my nose to kind of help to open up the sinuses. Do be mindful. This has a lot of minty oils in it. Minty oils are very opening. Be mindful of the eyes. The eyes have moisture, and mint is very much attracted to the moisture, the molecules as they're kind of making their way into, but some of them kind of fluff off of the skin. Oh yeah. So sometimes you'll start getting a little more ready. Like if you notice now I'm like wiping my nose more because the oils are helping to pull out all the stuff that my body is trying to release. So that is the whole kit. I would love to have you join me, get these oils in your home. They are so powerful, so beneficial. It'll be your most favorite purchase, I promise. And I am here for extended workshops, classes. Like I said, I am doing my best to come on YouTube Monday through Friday around 8 a.m. for meditations, yoga flows, and classes like this. And then in my online education platform for oils, you'll find all of that and more, plus a community to where you can connect and talk with other oilers. All right, all the info for all the books, how to get your starter kit, and where to find me if you want to do in-person classes at my yoga studio will all be down below. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I will see you later. Bye for now.